When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. As you may know, Marcus Aurelius was a great Roman emperor and an eminent philosopher. He emphasized the importance of waking up early, incorporating this habit into a morning routine designed to enhance daily tasks. It's crucial to say that sleep is an energy-restoring experience, not a waste of time or a period of laziness. So this period contributes significantly to your life's achievements. In this video, we'll explore key Stoic principles on how you can cultivate habits that align with your long-term goals. Remember, great achievements are realized through incremental, small, yet persistent routine changes. Let's begin. The only thing I ask of you is not to skip this video in any way. If you're here, consider yourself different from the majority. Consider yourself an exception. Now, act like one and don't skip any part of the content. Find your Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese theory of well-being that can make your mornings more productive. This word means something like reason for being. If you find your life's purpose, you will certainly have more motivation to wake up focused. Productive mornings lead to focused, productive, and successful days, which inevitably create a successful existence. Just as unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre mornings lead to unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre days, and ultimately, a mediocre quality of life. Ikigai is defined as the reason why you wake up in the morning, which can be seen as your purpose in life. Marcus Aurelius believed that each of us has a purpose, something we were created for, and it is our duty to fulfill that purpose with effort and honor. Because it is the purpose that makes you get out of bed in the morning to face another day. Your Ikigai can be anything. Something you enjoy and haven't done in a long time, a new skill you want to develop, or anything that provides you with a meaningful reason to keep your motivation alive. The best way to find your Ikigai is by asking yourself, if I had more time, what things could I do? You can create answers and select your favorites from those. Then you will be closer to discovering what motivates you. This is a task you need to complete before starting your day, as it will help you have healthy social connections, challenge yourself in a good way, relieve stress, stay fit, be creative, and avoid depression. You need to give yourself a solid reason to wake up, something to do every morning that motivates you the most. Prepare for your mornings. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, all our efforts must be directed toward the end, or we will act in vain. If it's not right in the end, it will fail completely. Becoming a morning person requires more effort than just setting the alarm for 5 a.m. and hoping for the best. People who have decided to make the most of their mornings not only have a routine when they wake up, but also before going to sleep. While you have no control over your consciousness while you are sleeping, you definitely have control over your nighttime activities that will make you get out of bed. You can start by minimizing TV and phone time before bedtime. Make a commitment to yourself. Start tonight. Don't stay on your phone when lying down. Get your setting ready for tomorrow. For example, if you want to go to the gym, set aside your workout clothes before going to bed. By arranging your clothes the night before, you save energy the next day. If you go to the gym in the morning, it will be hard to skip the workout when your clothes and sneakers are in your room, ready for you to wake up. This is a 2-minute exercise that will save your energy in the morning. A person with unresolved problems, whether financial, relationship, or work-related, cannot sleep well. Their minds don't rest. You've probably been through this before. laying your head on the pillow and reliving the situation countless times. It's better to spend the necessary time to resolve any problems you can before going to bed. If you have problems that you can't solve immediately or that are out of your control, before going to bed, practice deep breathing, calmly inhaling and counting to 5, and then exhale all the air while silently counting. By doing this simple exercise, your body understands that there is no danger and you can relax. Increasing oxygen intake into the body, your muscles become less tense, your heart rate slows down, and you are invaded by an inner sense of peace. Your mind needs to slow down for you to have a good night's sleep, and this will directly impact your morning. By making small sacrifices, you can be on the right path to becoming a morning person and squeezing the most out of your day to be more productive. Avoid distractions after waking up. Marcus Aurelius says, "Focus on every minute like a Roman, like a man, and on doing what's in front of you and freeing yourself from all other distractions." Some mornings, when we wake up, we are pulled in several different directions without even realizing where we are going. You often get distracted by all kinds of things, like random videos on your WhatsApp feed, a new episode of your favorite series, tragic news channels, your Instagram, text messages. There are dirty dishes in the sink, unpaid internet, and electricity bills. Even today, there are dozens of means of communication and mental stimuli. No matter how early you wake up, you will be distracted. And there are days when you are convinced that the world is conspiring to disrupt your focus and prevent you from accomplishing anything substantial. Most of the time, the things that distract us function as productive procrastination. These are useful things that need to be done, but not necessarily something we should focus on at that moment. We end up getting busy and neglecting our real goal. If you're waking up early, you're waking up for a reason, which is to make the most of the extra time to do things you love before being drawn into the demands of your daily life. Wake up consistently. According to Marcus Aurelius, you should build your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible, and no one can stop you. The degree to which you take responsibility for everything in your life is precisely the degree of personal power you need to change or create anything you want. If you truly want to wake up early every day, then you have to do it consistently. To make it part of your routine, you need to develop your self-discipline. Self-discipline is nothing more than the habit of consistency. Finding the motivation to do something repeatedly until you do it automatically and start seeing results is what needs to be done. What's in your book, The Miracle Morning, tells us that we need to be consistent in the first days to develop this new routine. We need to divide the day deadline into 3 phases of days. Each of these phases presents a different set of emotional challenges and mental obstacles to maintaining the new habit. The first days of implementing any new habit or getting rid of any old habit can seem almost unbearable, and it really is. The desire to quit will be persistent. If your new habit is to wake up early during the first days, your experience might be something like this. "Oh God, it's already morning. I don't want to get up. I'm too tired. I need more sleep. Where's the coffee?" And then we hit the snooze button. The problem for most people is that they don't realize that these first, seemingly unbearable days are only temporary. After getting through the first days, the hardest days, you move on to the second phase of days, which is considerably easier. Although days 2 are not unbearable, they are still uncomfortable. and will require discipline and commitment on your part. But by this time, you will already be getting used to waking up early. You will have developed some confidence and made positive associations with the benefits of your habit. So, stay committed. Phase 3 is also where real transformation occurs. You go from having an identity that says, "I'm not a morning person," to "I am a morning person." Instead of dreading the alarm clock in the morning, now when the alarm goes off, you're excited to wake up and get going because you've been doing it for consecutive days. You're starting to see and feel the benefits. Realize that the whole process happens so that you incorporate being a morning person into your identity. And once you achieve that and identify with it, it becomes easier to act that way. Take it easy. As we learn from the words of Marcus Aurelius, pay attention to the situation at hand and ask yourself, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I bear this? Are you ashamed to answer? The truth is that our brains prioritize instant gratification, valuing short-term rewards over long-term benefits. This is why a lot of people repeatedly fail to start exercise routines. In the first days, the problem for most people is that they don't realize that these first, seemingly unbearable days are only temporary. They think this is how the new habit is, and they tell themselves, if the new habit is so painful, forget it. It's not worth it. This is why when we can't wake up early one day, we often procrastinate. We tell ourselves that we'll start waking up early next Monday or next month. We need to understand that our ability to persist is what turns us into disciplined and strong individuals. Life is not linear, and we have so little control over our lives. We can only control what we do with our days. We can only control what we do with our days. We need to realize that each new day brings a new life and another opportunity to be better. So forgive yourself for waking up late today and start waking up early from tomorrow. Everyone can fight for one day. Practice discipline in little things. Marcus Aurelius says, we must discipline ourselves in small things, and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, practice not cursing. Don't curse every time you have an earache. And I'm not saying you can't complain, just don't complain with your whole being. The word discipline itself comes from the Latin word disciplina, meaning teaching or instruction. Practicing discipline in small things means constantly shaping ourselves. We are training our mental resistance to waking up early. You can practice this. First, place your alarm clock as far away from your bed as possible. This forces you to get up and get your body moving, and movement generates energy. So when you get up and leave your bed, it naturally helps you wake up. Because if your alarm clock is right next to your bed, you'll either turn it off or worse, hit the snooze button. Never hit the snooze button. If you think about it, pressing the snooze button in the morning doesn't make sense. It's like saying, I hate waking up in the morning, so I'll do it again and again. If it's far from your bed, you'll have to get out of bed to turn it off. By then, you're standing. Now you just need to stay awake. It becomes easier to leave the room. As soon as you turn off the alarm, don't allow yourself to rationalize going back to bed. If you let your brain convince you not to wake up early, you never will. Don't go back to bed. There's only one option. Force yourself to leave the room. Second, make your bed. By making your bed in the morning, you complete the first task of the day, which gives you a small sense of pride and motivation to complete another task. And from this small task, you'll complete many other larger tasks throughout your day. Making your bed also reinforces the idea that small things matter. And if you can't do the small things right, you'll never be able to do the big things. Find an accountability partner. When you realize that your purpose is to wake up early, having a good accountability partner is essential. As we pursue our goals, there is one skill that will remain above all others: the ability to hold ourselves accountable. An accountability partner is a person who coaches someone else in terms of helping them keep commitments. Your accountability partner can be one of your friends, family members, or colleagues who have already achieved the goal you're working towards. In this case, your accountability partner will help you stay consistent with your morning commitments and your progress towards them. You should select someone who is as committed as you are, who shares similar values, who can be available when you are, and who is genuinely interested in helping you succeed with your morning routine. An accountability relationship is always good, because knowing that you'll talk to someone who is emotionally and energetically invested in your success keeps you on track, even when things get tough. Remember death. Marcus Aurelius tells us, since it is possible that you might depart from life this very moment, regulate every act and thought accordingly. The Stoics made it a routine to keep the perspective of death in mind. You can also practice this. Every morning, there's a phrase in Stoic philosophy called memento mori, which means remember that you will die. The only perennial truth, whether rich or poor, successful or not, religious, philosophical, it doesn't matter. You will die. The point of this reminder is not to be morbid or promote fear, but to inspire, motivate, and clarify. This morning routine will help you keep perspective on the things that truly matter, which are your internal principles, your home, your money, your fame. It's temporary and it can be taken away from you at any moment. The only thing that can never be taken away from you is your character. It's only our character that defines us and guides us through life. A person can rise or fall solely due to the virtues or flaws of their character, and often that's what leaves a legacy. So the idea of remembering your death will anchor you. Just like Steve Jobs, every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and ask, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And if you go too many days without saying yes to this question, then you know you need to change something. Very quickly, don't miss the opportunity to live your life truly, stuck in something you hate. It's not death that a man should fear, but never having begun to live. Practice negative visualization. Every morning we are advised by Marcus Aurelius, when you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. Instead of imagining an ideal society, the Stoics see the world as it is. Negative visualization is all about keeping your expectations in check and being much more honest with yourself. What could go wrong? How would you handle such scenarios? Can you overcome or plan for them? When you prepare for the worst, you are in a better place to deal with disasters if and when they arise. For example, you're going to work and your boss is treating you poorly. But because you've already visualized this scenario in the morning, you're always prepared for your boss not cooperating. You'll be pleasantly surprised when he unexpectedly treats you well. But even if he never does, you're prepared and always able to stay calm. For example, suppose you want to close a big deal and have an important meeting with a major client in the morning. You've already thought about the possibility of getting very nervous and stuttering, or the client having many questions because your presentation isn't clear. However, as you've anticipated this situation and mentally prepared to deal with the anxiety, you remain composed, control your emotions, and can deliver a successful presentation. Visualizing negative occurrences makes you less fearful of them. It makes you less anxious when they happen and mentally prepares us to handle the crisis if they arise. Appreciate your life. In our final quote in this Marcus Aurelius video, he says, "To the gods, I am indebted for having good grandparents, good parents, a good sister, good teachers, good associates, good relatives, and friends. Almost everything is good." Marcus Aurelius is very honest and humble about how he learned to develop his values and ethics, and shows a lot of gratitude to those who helped him become himself. We can also replicate this by keeping a gratitude journal. Maintaining a gratitude journal is a simple process. Gratitude doesn't need to be reserved for life's big things. The habit of being grateful starts with appreciating all the good things in life and recognizing that nothing is too small to be grateful for. Every day, you should choose 3 to 5 things you're grateful for and write them down in a notebook or journal. So if you've had a tough day at work, focus on returning home to your family or your pet, or simply be grateful for being alive. Appreciating your life before going to bed not only provides you with a peaceful night's sleep, but also gives you a reason to wake up confidently to face the new challenges of the day. Remember that your first thought in the morning is often the last thought you had before going to bed. We've all had nights when we were so excited about a trip, a new job, or a vacation that we could hardly sleep. As soon as the alarm went off, you jumped out of bed, super excited. And the same goes if your thought before sleep is, "Wow, I'm so tired. I can't believe I have to wake up early tomorrow." When you wake up, your first thought will be, "It's time to get up. I just want to keep sleeping." So decide to create a positive expectation every night, consistently, for the following morning. Be grateful, forgive yourself for the day's failures, and commit to doing your best in the new day that will come. Things do not change, we change. And if you like this video, be sure to check out our channel for more videos like this. Help us spread this philosophy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if this content was rewarding for your life. I'll leave 2 videos here that you might be interested in watching too. See you soon.